Alright, hello everyone. It is me. I am back with a kind of impromptu video. I've always promised myself that I wouldn't make videos over scripted series, but tonight was a little bit different because I just I just finished watching episode 7 of American Horror Stories, season 6, which is My Roanoke Nightmare, and I just I mean I was talking about it on Twitter, but I I just had to talk about it elsewhere. So um, here I am on here talking about it. This probably won't be too long because I just want to talk about just my sort of reaction to it and just go over like key points or whatever. Don't get used to this because honestly, this isn't going to typically happen, me doing scripted series or this show, but again, I had to. So, we start out this episode. Everybody's. Um, we start out this episode, and the production crew. It's Sydney, the cameraman, and um, their assistant. Her name is Alyssa. So the assistant comes in asking about where Diana is, the white lady who was part of the crew at first, who was smart and ended up getting killed by the big dude. So she was asking about where she was. She's not picking up her calls, all this other stuff, and she's worried. Of course, Sydney, being the selfish prick that he is, he was like, oh, nobody cares about her. She doesn't want to be part of this show, this history and whatnot, so we don't care. Um, so she leaves, and then all of a sudden, the cameraman picks up or sees Rory getting stabbed by the nurses in his dead body, and he's like, "Well, did you see that?" Um, and what's his face is like, I don't know what you're talking about." Um, and they see his dead body, and then I kind of look away for a second because I was like, "Oh shoot!" And I kind of looked away because I didn't want anything to happen. And all of a sudden, you just kind of hear some distress, and they're calling for their assistant, Alyssa. They go out looking for her. Sydney does. Finds her body, kind of tells what's his face, the cameraman, to come back out and bring his camera. He doesn't. He doesn't call anyone to help. He just wants to get it on camera. Sorry. Again, I just took a shower, so I was making sure that the steam and stuff um, didn't mess up the bathroom. Anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, then they come out, they see her splurting blood, and then they're like, whoa. And then all of a sudden, Agnes, the person who played the butcher in the reality or in the TV documentary series thing, she comes out and she stabs Sydney in the stomach. And I was just like, he had that coming. I didn't care. And so he falls over dead. And then the cameraman starts to try to run away, but Agnes, too quick because she stabbed him in the back, and he falls over dead. So we go over to the house, and they're looking for Rory, and they can't find him. Then they go, his wife Audrey is like, he got a call. He just went to LA, and this is just him and Sydney playing a prank on us and all this stuff. Everybody else in the house is like, I don't really think this is a prank. This looks like real blood, um, because they found this puddle of blood. Um, so then, um, goodness, what happened? Oh, okay. So then Matt and not Matt, but Sydney, ooh, Shelby, ooh, that stupid lady. I hate her. I hate her so much. I want Sydney dead. I want her dead at the end of the season. I really want her dead because she is the worst TV character I've ever seen in my life. She's so annoying, and Audrey's not that much better. They're both awful. Um, so she's talking to Dominic and is like, I don't want you, I want Matt. And Matt's like, I don't care. I don't care about you. Uh, Dominic, you can have her all you want because I'm over her. And he leaves. And then Shelby, or no, Matt, or not Matt, Dominic goes into the little confessional booth and is like, I'm just here to play the villain. I don't really care about Shelby. Ha 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 ha. I'm only here because Sydney gave me extra money and all this stuff. Um, and so Shelby's up in her room and she's crying into a camera that's all bloody and stuff. And all of a sudden, Agnes sneaks up on her. I don't really think Agnes snuck up on her though. I feel like Shelby is just stupid and unaware of anything because she's stupid. Because I don't feel like Agnes is quiet at all. And then she gets up and tries to run, and Agnes slices her in the back with that cleaver. She slides down the door and she pulls out her camera. And Agnes is sitting there like, what are you doing? And Shelby is like, I'm recording you to let the world know who murdered me. It's like, you dumb. You're such a dumb bimbo. Like, just get up and run. And right before Agnes finishes off the deed and Shelby gets a close call again, Dominic comes up and tackles her and rams her into the mirror and all this stuff. And I was just like, dang it. Like, I just wanted her dead. So then everybody comes up and they're dressing her wound and all that stuff, which can't be too bad because as the episode goes on, she does something that I'm just like, okay. But everybody's pretty shaken up by it. There's no ambulance, so obviously they're like, where's the ambulance? Sydney, what are you doing? Because Crazy Lady is here and she just hurt one of us and we need some help. Not realizing that Sydney and company are laying in the grass, not breathing anymore. So then Angela Bassett's character, Monet, she's all upset, and I was kind of scared at this point because I was like, Agnes is going to take her out of that confessional booth and going to slice her head off. But she didn't. So then they decide to go looking for the production crew to find out why they haven't sent any help because they need help. But nobody wants to go, so Real Lee decides she's going to go, and she pulls out her gun, and I'm like, okay, so that's the smartest thing you've done so far since you came back. You brought your gun. And then Audrey and Monet decide to go with her. So as they're going, they're in this tunnel, and this ghost comes out. The ghost that Evan Peters was playing, and what's her face? Lee shoots him 4 times because they don't know what's going on at first. At least the other two don't know what's going on. Lee knows exactly what's going on, but she shoots it because she thinks it's going to stop it, right? So she shoots it 4 times, and then the ghost falls over, and they're just like, "What was that?" And then the ghost gets right back up, and it's mad. Like, it's mad. It starts chasing them, and they start running out the tunnel and screaming. And then not Shelby, might as well be Shelby. Audrey's themselves when they get out, she's just sitting there screaming and screeching and crying. And while yes, it's kind of scary, not kind of, but it is scary and stuff. You got to keep moving so that you don't get killed by that ghost. Even though it likes being inside that tunnel, you never know. It might be like, hey, today's the day. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna kill you. So then they keep on going, And they're like, oh, it's the blood moon. It's the blood moon. That's when all the bad stuff happens. So they keep on going to the production trailer, and then they see it, and they're like, oh, it's open. But then they see the three people dead. I shouldn't be laughing at that. And then Audrey is like, I think he's dead. And then Lee was like, you think? And they're like, what are you doing? Because Lee was checking for things. There's like, she's just like, check and see the car is working, and I'm looking for a phone, look for a laptop. So they're looking, they don't find anything, and the car's dead. So then out of nowhere, Agnes comes out and she tries to attack him, but Lee was ready. And she takes out her gun and does one good shoot, and she shoots her um, in the chest. And I was like, okay, Agnes is dead, but she wasn't. She was still alive, and she pulled that bullet out literally like 5 minutes later with some um, pliers that she sanitized in some fire. Agnes is like a mess. Like people, everyone thought she was possessed by the butcher or whatever. No, mm-mm. Nope. She just off the rails. Um, so then back at the house, not Rory, but Matt and Shelby are sleeping in the same bed. He's looking after her, and then he gets up and like looks like he's under a spell. He walks down the stairs. Dominic sees him, so he walks beside him, and then like he's like, "I've been waiting for you." And then that ghost, Gaga, yanks him into where she wants him to be, and I'm like, "Oh shoot, is she about to kill him?" And I'm like, "No, she's just gonna have sex with him." And so they have sex, and then Dominic goes up and gets Shelby. She comes and gets him. She's shocked. She can't believe it. She grabs a crowbar and she hits the ghost over the head. She's like, "Get off of him!" And I'm surprised that the ghost just kind of left. That was strange. And then she was like, "Matt, are you okay?" He's like, "No, no, no. This is the reason I came back. I came back for her." She's like, "What?" He's like, "I came back because I'm in love with her." And I'm like, "Huh?" And then Shelby promptly is like, "What?" And then she takes the crowbar and she hits him over the head and she beats him to a bloody pulp and bashes his skull. And I'm like, anyway, I was like, I mean, you cheated and he didn't kill you, but okay. And so, um, Shelby, yeah, I was I'm completely over her. Um, Back with the other three, um, they get found by the Polks, because, they have their cameras out in the middle of the woods and their flash is on, so, people are going to see them. So they get caught by the Polks, and then Lee gets separated from Monet and Audrey, and they like put peanut oil on her thigh and then like season her thigh, and then they take a pitchfork and they stab her thigh and get the meat. And then they serve the meat to Audrey and Monet, and they're like, "Where's Lee?" And then Audrey tries to get up, and they like shock her with the taser thing. And they're like, "Okay, we'll just eat this meat," which is Lee's thigh. Um, and then back at the house, Agnes is outside, and Dominic and what's her face Shelby see her, and then the people come by, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, like my brethren are here." And then the people ghost, and then the butcher comes in and she falls to her knees and she's like, "You're my idol, like I'm your biggest fan," and all this stuff. And then the butcher takes a step. She's like, I mean, I wasn't trying to, take your glory. This is just a TV show and a TV character I was playing." And then the butcher takes her cleaver and slices Agnes's head in half, and I was like, wow. So yeah, that was it. I had to come on here and talk about that because I just had to talk about it. It was crazy. Yeah, that's it for my American Horror Story reaction. I'm not going to do this again, probably, but just had to get it out there and I had to get it off my chest. So until next time, bye.